Hi, I'm Shahab from People of Science, and today I'm going to show you an experiment called the lava lamp experiment, where basically you're going to create your own lava lamp at home. All you really need for this experiment is a glass. It could be any size. We'll do it with a big one here today. It's just to show you the effect. Some food dye, Alka-Seltzer tablets, and any type of oil. We're going to be using canola oil. So the first thing you're going to want to do is fill up your bottle or glass around a quarter of the way with water. Now it can be any type of water, tap water, bottled water, that doesn't matter. The important part is that it's roughly a quarter of the way filled. So the next thing you're going to want to do after you have your water filled in is grab a food coloring dye. It can be any color you would like. We're going to use green today. And basically what you're going to want to do is squirt a few drops in there and let it dissociate throughout the water. So what you're going to want to do now is after you let your food coloring dissociate into the solution fully, you're going to want to pour in your vegetable oil or whatever oil you've chosen to use. The important thing with the oil is you want to fill your container to around 3/4 full. So the first thing you're really going to notice after you let your oil settle is that it's not mixing with the water. And there's two main reasons for this. Number one, your oil is less dense than the water, so it's actually going to float above it. And also, they're not going to mix, and the reason for that is because your vegetable oil is going to be a non-polar molecule, whereas water is going to be polar. And so polar and non-polar molecules, they do not like to interact with each other at all. So that's why you're going to see them sort of form layers. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add our Alka-Seltzer tablet. And you're going to notice that once I add these two Alka-Seltzer tablets into our mixture here, what's going to end up happening is that the Alka-Seltzer tablet is going to dissolve in the water. And as the reaction continues, it's going to form carbon dioxide gas, and those are going to be the bubbles you're going to see. And as they float back down, that's because the carbon dioxide is actually more dense than the water and the oil that it's in. So that you're going to see a really cool lava lamp effect happening there. Alright, so let's put these Alka-Seltzer tablets in, and we're going to put in two because we have a larger container. And what you're going to notice is that if my cameraman can zoom in here, is you're seeing that the bubbles are starting to form, right? And as they're forming, they're going to start floating back down once there's a high enough density of them at the top. And this is actually going to be really cool once they come back down into the water. So as you can see, it's what we're seeing is the carbon dioxide floating to the top, and as it gets to the oil, it's floating back down. And this is creating a really cool lava lamp that you can put out for Halloween. Now, if you want it to glow in the dark, because that is something you can do, instead of using food coloring dye, you can very easily cut up a highlighter. And what that's going to do is that's going to create a glow in the dark effect. So thank you for tuning in for this year's Spooktacular event by People of Science, and be sure to watch the other experiments we have posted on our channel.
Happy Halloween.